For almost a year, we've been deep in the renovation of this 110-year-old farmhouse. And today is a big milestone. We're finally adding real insulation, something this house has never had. If all goes well, we can even start rebuilding the stairs, assuming nothing unexpected happens in the meantime. We thought of slanting the stairs on its side, and then this happened. And we have to do all of this without damaging the brand new floor insulation we've just installed. Jij zit vrolijk, hè?
Ja.
Het voelt alsof je zo op verse sneeuw aan het wandelen bent.
Dat is door het geluid, denk ik.
Maar het voelt ook zo, hè? So it's a very exciting day today. Today we'll be installing the insulation in that corner. And why especially in that corner? Because soon we'll have to move our stairs as well. Because when the windows arrive, which is also gonna be pretty soon, we want to make sure that the stairs is inside. As I said last time, we need to make sure that when we bring it back in, that we first bring it back in before we have the new windows. Because I think the new windows would be a bit smaller, the opening, so that would be a shame. That would be a shame. And that's why we need to move the stairs. But before we can put the stairs into its position, we obviously need to insulate the walls. Because the insulation panels would be pretty big once the stairs is in place. I'm pretty sure that would be annoying. So that's why we'll first insulate the wall, then we'll move the stairs, and then after that we celebrate. We already found the first problem that we need to solve. It's basically these thicker walls. So first we'll build a wooden frame so we can compensate for the thickness of that wall. And then we'll put the insulation on the wooden frame. That's what we're doing. Bert, Auréli's father, and I decided to take apart our temporary window. We could reuse some of the wood to build the frame for the insulation, and as a bonus, the big panels could help us protect our new floor insulation.
In het zonnetje is goed voor mij.
Another job is to also move the stairs itself, so Iris, Auréli's mother, could start sanding these stairs. In Belgium, every house comes with an energy efficiency report. Ours had the lowest you can get, an F. And if you buy a house with a low score, you are required to renovate it to at least a D. But since we're already renovating this place from the ground up, we decided to aim higher. In that report, we can also see the R value our wall insulation has to reach. The R value tells more about how well the insulation keeps the heat inside. The higher the number, the better. And there are so many insulation options, each with their own pros and cons. We chose very dense PIR panels, or PIR. Anyways, it's 8 centimeters thick, and later we'll add another 5 centimeters of rock wool. If you add their R values together, we hit our target. Without losing too much room, of course. And we also gain a way better sound insulation thanks to the rock wool. Now, I would love to show you how we installed the first insulation panels, but the SD card with that footage sadly got corrupted. All of the footage is lost. And speaking of unplanned disasters... So whilst cleaning and scrubbing the stairs, disaster struck. We thought of slanting the stairs on its side. And then this happened. Yeah. Luckily, we know someone that knows how to weld stuff.
En dat je gaat je camera uit de weg moeten zetten.
Maar wandel toch maar hier?
Maar dat kan niet gooien echt, hè.
Ben je het er al naar daarin doen? Ja, genoeg zet.
Voilà.
Goed gedaan, Aurélie. Whilst my dad was doing his best to revive the frame of the stairs, Axel and Dries came over. They offered to help dig a trench so we could finally move the wires and the water tubes that would connect to the garage and the rainwater tank in the future. I'm here for a small interruption because there is a problem. So as we were putting up the insulation on this wall, we noticed that these blocks are still here, these stone blocks, and if we continue with our insulation, let's say like this, yeah, I bet you can already tell what the problem is. These blocks are way too thick, and if we keep them like that, then we won't be able to insulate here. So I'll have to figure that out and solve that problem if I can get down the stairs. Okay. Ah. I don't know if you can see with all the dust, but I'm done. Back to insulating. Woo. Although I'm lying there, there's another one over there, so. Since I wasn't home for a few days, Aurélie continued to work.
Goedemorgen. Wij willen over 2 dagen onze trap rechtzetten. Dus dat betekent dat die helemaal geschilderd moet zijn en droog zijn. Dus dat gaan we vandaag doen. Goed, we gaan het proberen. Oh my god. Dat is niet gemakkelijk.
She quickly ran out of spray paint, and because the stores were already closed, she decided to prioritize the parts that would be facing the wall, since we can't easily paint those once the stairs is in place. Next, Aurélie decided to focus her attention towards preparing and cutting insulation panels to size.
En we zijn eindelijk aan de laatste plaat begonnen met het ambetante stuk van die balk daarboven. Alle isolatieplaten zijn gesneden, zodat ik en Lenderd die morgen nog kunnen ophangen. Die van boven daar moeten we ook nog vasthangen. En nu bedenk ik mij net dat die een trap niet is gebeurd, maar dat zal voor een andere keer zijn.
With everything in place, it was finally time to put the stairs on its pillars. We reached out to some friends to help us navigate this heavy frame.
Oh, ik heb je daar ja. Allee, doe het. Ja. Klaar?
Ja, dat kan ze deze publiek.
Zo, waar is het?
Oh, wat je bijvoorbeeld. Ja, dat gaat je zien hier, ik heb dat zijn niet de.
Ja. Kijk, dat is zo dat ik het niet was. Dat is bijvoorbeeld.
Ja.
Pivoteren.
Ja, maar wel
Oh, we moeten nog weer. Was nog niet kussen?
Ja.
Een beetje meer erin komen? Nee, ja.
Dat is een beetje normaal. Ja, dat blijft wel dus.
Oké, goed.
Dat is te vlot.
Ja.
Nog niet.
Dus nu tot op
De meeste gewoon, dan kunnen we er verbannen. Hè? Ja, maar kun je maar moe.
We had to take out a part of a floor joint so we could properly level the stairs later.
Pas op, je stof valt naar beneden. Sorry.
And in order to properly level the stairs, we first had to mark down where to put some bolts. So that was very chaotic to film. I didn't get the time to film a lot because we worked with a chemical anchor. It's a product that hardens in a few minutes, so we had to work really fast. I didn't really get the time to explain anything for the whole day, for a fact. So the important thing is the stairs is in position. So to make sure our stairs is completely level, we applied a simple technique. Every leg has 2 bolts and every bolt has 1 nut underneath the base plate and 1 above.
Het zou wel nog eerst water passen dan.
Using this method, we could easily align every leg to the ground level. In the end, we filled up the gap with concrete. Et voilà, a stairs that is completely level. Voelt het veilig?
We hebben eigenlijk een trap terug.
Nu alleen nog een trapgat. Oh. It's been a long day and I'm still very tired from this weekend. So we are still very tired of this weekend.
Dat is beter.
So I'll explain everything tomorrow. So, we were a bit distracted by putting the stairs into its position, and it turned out fine, luckily, because we had so many sleepless nights about that, wondering how it would go, but anyways, it turned out fine, no worries, and now we can look back to the insulation on the walls, because it's still not finished. But luckily, Aurélie has done a lot of preparing for this wall, so it should be done in no time. It's just done. Now, that wasn't too bad now, was it? There are still some other walls that we need to finish, so on to the next wall. Now we still have all of these cables that are meant for the lights in the future, but we still have to figure out a way that they actually end up in front of the wall instead of behind the insulation. So, something like this in the middle. Sometimes it's better to just do instead of think. And that's what I'm gonna do, I think. honest work, but that's what you get from guesstimating. Guesstimating, it's where you look at something, guess how thick it is, and then estimate where you should cut. Guesstimating. Yes, it's true, we're not doing such a detailed job, but we still need to work around the new windows, and the new windows will arrive on Monday actually, so next week. And once they are here, we can finish the insulation. Just like this. Or maybe with a thicker one. We don't know yet, we'll see. So in general, the insulation of the ground floor is completely finished, and we haven't insulated the extension, since the extension is added later, and that one was insulated outwards already. So you understand, right? Something we didn't get to finish is the painting of the stairs, which isn't too bad. It can stay like this for a while, because next week we'll have our new windows and our new front door. So that's so exciting. We're so happy to show you, but yeah, we don't know what it's gonna look like ourselves, and they get here on Monday, and it's only one weekend to get everything ready. Yeah.